Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna. Yesterday I was reading Bhagavad Gita introduction. So in that Prabhupada says that we need to remember Krishna. It is not that just remember Krishna. You have to remember Krishna while doing any other works. Like पूरा दिन भर हम बहुत सारे काम करते हैं, राइट? आप लोग तो कुछ लोग सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर्स है, मॉर्निंग टू इवनिंग दे हैव टू वर्क अ लॉट, राइट? एंड फॉर मी ऑल्सो बहुत बार क्या होता है, ऐसे नहीं कि ब्रह्मचारी मतलब पूरा दिन भर कृष्णा याद रहते हैं. ये डिपेंड्स ऑन आवर क्वालिटीज. इफ यू आर वर्किंग पैशनेटली, डेफिनेटली यू विल नॉट रिमेम्बर कृष्णा. समझ रहे हैं? तो आप लेट अस से कुछ कल मैं कुछ वीडियोस देख रहा था यूट्यूब के बारे में, हाउ हाउ टू एक तरह से get success, how to reach more followers, something like that. That time I think I was not remembering Krishna. So like that in a day, so many incidents happen to us where we forget Krishna actually. But Prabhupada is saying that we need to remember Krishna while doing our household duties, or whatever it is, household duties. And Arjuna does that. And Krishna says, Prabhupada says that we need love for Krishna to do this thing. Like Prabhupada gives an example how a woman, एक तरह से आप बोल सकते हैं, she is married but she has a lover. Then he will be doing all her duties very nicely, but while doing those duties she remembers that lover, right? But she will not tell outside. So like that, we may be working out in the outside world, but we need to work, क्या बोल सकते हैं, we need to remember Krishna like that. समझ रहे? तो that is very important. हमारे अंदर जितना पैशन होगा, हम इग्नोरेंस है तो कोई बात ही नहीं है, हम काम भी नहीं करेंगे और याद भी नहीं रखेंगे. बट पैशन, we do the work and we forget Krishna. But as you come to goodness, you start remembering Krishna. So our aim na is that not just chanting for 2 hours. Our aim is trying to remember Krishna over entire day. And I clearly remember परसों रात को किसी एक स्टूडेंट से थोड़ा झगड़ा जैसे हो रहा था, मतलब I was little irritated, and immediately that thing came to me. If I get irritated, my consciousness will be gone and I cannot connect with the holy name, then I cannot get the knowledge, then I should not get irritated. That is what came to me in my mind. समझ रहे? मतलब at least I was very, मतलब that time I'm saying, I'm not saying now. That moment I was really, it was a great moment because I was concerned about my consciousness. It is very less times we are concerned about our consciousness. आप समझ रहे हैं? Because हमें पता ही नहीं है consciousness ठीक करने का फायदा क्या है. झगड़ा हो तो झगड़ा कर लेंगे, कुछ चाहे कोई भी इश्यू हो, बट झगड़ा करने से हमारा चेतना खराब हो रहा है, वो हम सोचेंगे नहीं. When you will think about this, when your life is depending on your consciousness, when your life is a life of knowledge, समझ रहे हैं? Then you are worried about your consciousness. If your life is mainly that some outside thing, some results you have to get through some programming, through you have to just submit some work to your boss, there you don't need the consciousness. And हमारा life ना हमें ऐसे मोल्ड करना चाहिए that जितना ज्यादा, मतलब हमारा लाइफ को ऐसे मोल्ड करना चाहिए that we are depending on this knowledge and Krishna is far superior than that. समझ रहे? The state of consciousness is in the middle, at least I'm saying that. But this our engagement should be like, let us say I'm telling simply one thing. मुझे पता है If I'm not able to connect with Krishna, recently I'm doing this Instagram reels and YouTube videos, right? So I need that content. Now the content I cannot take from anything outside, because my goal is I need to connect with the other person's heart. That content has to be revealed in the form of knowledge. So for me, the main time is chanting time for that content. So now, if that chanting time, if I think about someone else, then I cannot really get that content, and that content is important for me to connect with other people, and that service is given by my teacher. So you understood that connection, it went where? You people are able to hear? Understood, right? समझ रहे हैं ना? हाँ.
Yes, bro.
So my life, मतलब I am trying to keep it in such a way that, मतलब मैं बंद कर रहा हूँ अपने आप को, एक तरह से अपने आप को मैं बंद करके आई हैव टू डिपेंड ऑन नॉलेज. समझ रहे हैं? मतलब आई डोंट नो, मतलब some of you may not, might not be thinking also this thing. मतलब many of you cannot understand, मतलब many people may not be able to understand this, right? But the point is, हमें जितना हो सकता है उतना हमारा लाइफ का डिपेंडेंस को नॉलेज के ऊपर, कृष्णा के ऊपर लेके जाना चाहिए. इफ यू आर जस्ट डूइंग योर जॉब, इफ यू आर जस्ट डूइंग योर household duties just for the sake of like making the others happy, you cannot depend on Krishna, or you cannot depend on knowledge. Life, our life has to be designed like that. समझ रहे हैं? When you take some responsibility spiritually, you have to take that dependence on Krishna, on knowledge, on chanting, because there is no other way, right? Always this material way of working, it will not work in spiritual responsibilities. You have to connect with Krishna for getting the solution. That is why in spiritual life, taking responsibility is very very important. आप लोग समझ रहे हैं? Because for fulfilling that responsibility, we will stay in knowledge, we will stay with Krishna, connected with Krishna, and that is our purification, and that is the way of our perfection of our life. समझ रहे हैं? So um, this is how we have to mold our life in such a way that we will be क्या बोल सकते हैं, remembering Krishna always. It is not easy. Remembering Krishna always means not that reading entire day, chanting entire day, not like that. The major part of the day goes where? To fulfill our responsibilities. समझ रहे हैं? The major mind, we think so much about our responsibility, चाहे वो घर के बारे में हो, ऑफिस के बारे में हो, या पर्सनल गोल्स हो, कुछ भी हो. तो दिस क्या बोल सकते हैं, this responsibilities, if we are able to shift into spirituality, definitely a teacher is needed there to guide that, right? If you are able to do that, then only you will be able to think, you will be taking anxiety, you will be spending your time thinking about Krishna mind, right? That only is possible. Otherwise these material responsibilities, they will be there always. There is no end to this material responsibility. Okay. So this is one of the way how you can remember Krishna always. This is the only way, that is what I learned from my teacher. Okay, chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna. See children, time and again, it is proved that Krishna is the best listener. Whenever you chant, he listens to your anxieties and he gives solutions to your anxieties. Right? चाहे आप कितना भी, मतलब I am not telling you the sinful activities you are doing, but if you are trying to sincerely serve Krishna and you are in anxiety, so try to chant. Krishna will give the solution. Not just in anxiety. मतलब if you have that, I don't know what is actually, to say frankly, I don't know what is my qualification. But Krishna gives these ideas. मतलब what you can do, how to proceed in your service, right? Because of some guilt or some other reasons, we hesitate to connect with Krishna. But as you try to connect with Krishna, Krishna will give the answer. It is like, for in my life, it is proved again and again. So नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भक्ति भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. तो यहाँ पे दिस इज श्लोका कर्म योगा. तो एक तरह से इस चैप्टर में व्हाट इज रियली कर्म योगा बहुत अच्छे से भगवान बताते हैं. एंड another important thing, karma yoga ka means the core principle is to um, satisfy the senses of the supreme lord, to satisfy the senses of the supreme lord. This is called as karma yoga. Okay, so now in this we can say Sri Bhagavan uvacha कामयेष क्रोधयेष रजोगुण समुद्भवः महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्येन मिहवैरिणम्. मतलब why some people are not able to do karma yoga. Not some people, so many people, why they are not able to perform karma yoga? That is Arjuna's question. So Krishna answered it like this. It is lust only, Arjuna, which is born of contact with the material mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and which is the all-devouring sinful enemy of the world. So finally the answer is what? Lust. तो यहाँ पे क्या बताया प्रभुपाद जी ने, एक बार पढ़ लेते हैं. ओके, हाँ प्रखर, यू प्लीज रीड.
When a living entity comes in contact with a material creation, his eternal love for Krishna is transformed into lust. In association with the mode of passion, or in other words, the sense of love of God becomes transformed into lust. As milk in contact with our sour
Tamarind.
tamarind is transformed into yogurt, then again, when lust is unsatisfied, it turns into wrath. Wrath is transformed into illusion, and illusion continues the material existence. Therefore, the lust is the greatest enemy
यहाँ
of
पे
the living.
बताया गया illusion continues the material existence. See how the link is. When lust is unsatisfied, it turns into wrath, and wrath is transformed into illusion, and illusion continues the material existence because this illusion creates our beliefs. We are living in our beliefs. समझ रहे? We are not something different from our beliefs. We are just illusion means यहाँ पे we create that kind of belief. Let us say this person, he is not, he is my enemy. We create that illusion and we create that belief and we will stay in that illusion.
Mm.
समझ रहे?
Right.
Yeah, now whenever you see him you will get anger only. Whenever he does something, it is like you're against you only. And whenever he does some good thing, you may not be able to appreciate, but मतलब ठीक है, मतलब न्यूट्रल रहेंगे, appreciate नहीं कर पाएंगे. समझ रहे? These are the things that is going to happen. This is how this everything is started. It is the basis is lust. When lust is not satisfied, it turns into wrath, and the wrath is transformed into illusion, and that illusion continues the material existence.
Wrath Prabhuji means?
Wrath means जैसे आप एक बुल बुल फाइट देखते हैं, बुल बुल
Yes. Yes,
एक
Prabhuji.
आदमी
Hmm.
कंट्रोल करता है बुल को.
Hmm.
यू नो दैट बुल wrath.
अच्छा.
You can, हाँ मतलब I'm just symbolically telling. Wrath means now you want something very strongly and you are not getting. जैसे छोटे बच्चे होते हैं ना, बहुत गुस्सा आता है जब कोई मिलता नहीं है तो, कुछ बच्चों को,
Yes. Hmm.
right? That kind of wrath is there inside us. We
Like
may
we
not
will do
exhibit
anything.
outside. हाँ.
मतलब जैसे अगर इसके हिसाब से अगर हमें लक्ष्य नहीं मिल रहा है तो वी विल डू एनीथिंग, कुछ भी मतलब कुछ भी हम करते रहेंगे ऐसा कुछ.
बट तुम हर बार कर नहीं पाएंगे कुछ भी.
हाँ, राइट.
इसीलिए तुम इल्यूजन में मतलब बिलीफ बना देंगे दैट दिस पर्सन इज नॉट गुड और ही इज माई एनिमी.
हम्म.
सी, जब कोई चीज तुम बाहर से बच्चों के लिए और बुल के लिए ना ये अच्छा है, दे आर नॉट क्रिएटिंग इल्यूजन, दे आर जस्ट रिएक्टिंग एटलीस्ट.
हम्म.
बट वी डोंट हैव चॉइस टू रिएक्ट ना ऑलवेज. So what we will do, we will turn that is transformed into illusion, and we will stay in that illusion. This person is like that, now this person is, I don't, I don't have any concern with him. He's a gone. Matlab, he is my enemy now. Simple. That way you will continue your illusion means material existence. समझ आ रहे?
Yes, Guruji.
हाँ. So, and illusion continues the material existence. Therefore, lust is the greatest enemy of the living entity. So, the starting point is what? That lust. This lust is the starting point. From there till illusion, you are going on material existence. Mm.
Therefore, lust is the greatest enemy of the living entity, and it is the lust only which includes the pure living entity to remain entangled in the material world.
Mm.
Wrath is the manifestation of the mode of ignorance. These modes exhibit themselves as wrath and other corollaries.
Mm.
If therefore, if therefore the mode of passion, instead of being degraded into mode of ignorance, is elevated to the mode of goodness by the prescribed method of the living and acting, then one can be saved from the degradation of wrath by spiritual attachment.
Yes. Now Prabhupada gave the solution. What is that? If therefore, see, this will happen only in mode of passion. If you are completely in passion, then this will happen. So the mode of passion, instead of being degraded to mode of ignorance, it is elevated to the mode of goodness. How? By prescribed method of living and acting. Then one can be saved from the degradation of wrath by spiritual attachment. Okay. So prescribed method of living and acting. Ultimately, you can say karma yoga. Maybe if you are staying in that, or you can say prescribed method of living and acting. Um, it is talking about mode of goodness. Uh, why exactly Prabhupada told this thing? I'm just thinking by the prescribed method of living and acting. Any ideas?
Hmm.
See, I always relate goodness with knowledge. Hmm. मतलब, whenever I see goodness, goodness means knowledge is there, illumination is there. Sorry, illumination is there. So, this prescribed method of living and acting, you are uh, less lust is already there inside us, right? So for that you
Right.
cannot do anything. Now, this lust, because of this lust, you are acting in passion. So if you act in passion, then again you will be falling down into ignorance. That illusion means once your belief is formed, now you are silent. Now your anger is gone. But inside lot of, this belief is brought you to ignorance. समझ रहे हैं? Now you will not see anything only. See, what is the meaning of making judgment or making belief inside you? You are intentionally closing your eyes for the other person's activities or reasons or whatever it is. Now he is an enemy. Simple. Whatever he does, it is against you only. You are intentionally closing your eyes to the knowledge, right? So now Prabhupada is saying bring it to the goodness by the prescribed method of living and acting. Matlab, that life should be, um, that life, you can say, uh, see, no life can be in order unless it is connected to Krishna, unless it is connected to the holy name. So, how I am able to understand this statement is prescribed method of living and acting means, uh, when the lust is there, uh, so instead of reacting, we can be observing ourselves, and we can be trying to find the answer, right? If you enter into passion, then ignorance, then there will be no solution. So you have to find means to get the answer, to get out of that uh, wrath or lust, right? That answer will come only in the presence of Krishna. So we have to mold our life like that. Okay, if some situation came like this, whom to take shelter? Holy name is the best person to take shelter. So our life should be molded like that. Okay, our mind should know whom to go when problem is there. You need to have lot of training for the mind, then only you can do this. Training the mind means what? Whenever problem is coming, you are going again and again to the holy name, then you can say this is possible. आप लोग समझ पा रहे हैं इस चीज को?
जी,
So
बिल्कुल, बट थोड़ा एक
हाँ
एग्जांपल
हाँ,
दोगे ना तो क्लैरिटी आ जाएगा पूरा। मतलब
let us say,
मतलब डेली डे टू डे जैसे मान लो हमारा कोई एक्टिविटीज हो रहा है।
लेट अस से, मतलब
तो
अभी मैं एक पॉइंट बताने वाला था, अभी मैं
हम्म,
बताया नहीं वो चीज। कभी कभी चैंटिंग के टाइम में नॉलेज तो आती है, दैट इज फाइन, बट समटाइम्स लेट अस से नॉर्मल टाइम में, मतलब नॉर्मली बता रहा हूँ, नॉर्मल टाइम में किसी एक आदमी का एक्टिविटी आपको समझ नहीं आया, वाई ही बिहेव लाइक दैट, बट व्हेन यू आर
हम्म,
डूइंग चैंटिंग ना, सडनली यू विल अंडरस्टैंड वाई ही डिड लाइक दैट। समझ आ रहे हैं?
यस।
मतलब ही वॉज नेग्लेक्टिंग
हम्म,
यू, समथिंग
राइट।
लाइक दैट, यू अंडरस्टूड। कल तुम्हें
हम्म,
समझ नहीं आया था, कल वो ऐसे क्यों बिहेव कर रहा था, ये था, बट आज चैंटिंग के समय में समझ आया,
हम्म,
ही वॉज नेग्लेक्टिंग यू। तो अब क्या है, यू जस्ट अंडरस्टूड दिस मच ओनली, दैट ही वॉज नेग्लेक्टिंग यू, राइट? which you don't want at all. If it is, let us say you are in a relationship and that person was neglecting you, then it is very difficult situation, right? Immediately you
हम्म,
will be unstable, because you are working for that relationship
राइट।
so much, and when you understand that that other person is neglecting you, you cannot really tolerate that, right? Now you will get anger, this, that, so many things you may get, right? Now what you will do mostly, you will react, you will call,
या
you'll ask,
हम्म,
you'll show the anger. These are the things that is going to happen, right?
राइट।
Now, see, most of the times other person is not mature in a relationship, or because if somebody is chanting, he is not mature, then other person, how he will be mature? So what you have to do instead, I was talking before also this about this, that knowledge is not that you understood what the other person was doing. That is fine. You understood something better. Yeah, he was not expressing, but still you understood that. But this has to go till what is the situation that is triggering him to act like that. It might be some क्या बोल सकते हैं, सी इन दिस मटेरियल, मतलब आई एम जस्ट, यू आर आस्किंग एन एग्जांपल, आई एम गोइंग लिटिल डीपर इनसाइड. सो अदर पर्सन is in relationship with you, it doesn't mean that he or she dedicated completely herself. जितना
हम्म,
कॉन्शियसली उनके पास एक्सेस है उतना दे रहे हैं, उतना, बहुत बहुत सारी चीजें हमारे अंदर अनकॉन्शियस चीजें होते हैं, दैट एक्सेस यू कैनॉट गिव बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव दैट एक्सेस, राइट?
राइट।
सो समटाइम दोज अनकॉन्शियस पार्ट्स कम आउट। जैसे होता है ना, शादी के शुरुआत में सब ठीक होती है, बट सडनली पता चलता है इनके अंदर एंगर इश्यूज है।
हम्म,
अब शादी तो कर लिया, अब तो झेलना पड़ेगा। अब एंगर इश्यूज है तो हस्बैंड का एंगर इश्यूज है मान लो, तो
हम्म,
ही इज नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल दैट, हाउ ही विल गिव दैट एक्सेस टू अदर पर्सन? तो अदर पर्सन हैज टू टॉलरेट दैट ना।
राइट।
आई एम जस्ट गेटिंग टेलिंग सम केस. So now let us say you understood this neglect part, maybe that person is going through something, some situation was there which was triggering him. So at that moment if you react, you are increasing your distance, but at that moment you are living with you are trying to understand. If you have too much wrath or lust na, then you cannot do this, too much attachment. But when you have goodness, then you will be thinking, okay, what might be the problem, ठीक है चलो, कितना भी बड़ा प्रॉब्लम हो, knowledge is the answer, knowledge gives the solution. If you have this faith, if you have this experience, then you will be able to solve the, you will be start trying to solve the problem uh, with the knowledge. Now you will start thinking, okay, what happened, okay, you are, मतलब I have seen so many cases where people themselves are thinking um, that they are their problem cannot be solved, but I could see that it can be solved, and with knowledge it got solved. Well, I am not able to tell clearly, but I gave some idea. Are you understanding? No? हाँ, क्या हुआ?
अच्छा, हमसे पूछे गुरु जी। हाँ मतलब आ रहा है, थोड़ा बहुत आ रहा है।
थोड़ा बहुत आ रहा है क्या?
हाँ मतलब अ,
मतलब many times people react helplessly, not
राइट,
many times,
राइट।
every time,
मतलब
right? हाँ,
ऐसा लगता है कि ये लोग मतलब अनकॉन्शियसली बहुत सारी चीजें कर देते हैं, राइट?
यस, अनकॉन्शियसली कर लेते हैं.
राइट।
Now, why
हम्म।
you are getting problem? Because you are attached to that person,
हम्म।
right? So we have to wait to till that knowledge. See, when you understand this problem is there, one thing you can do first immediately. If you start seeing the truth, you will start reducing your attachment to that person, because
हम्म।
as the attachment increases, your pain also increases. And second thing, when your attachment is reducing, you will be able to see the other person neutrally, and you have the ability, you will get the ability to understand what is the root cause of that problem, and that solution will help the other person. समझ आ रहे हैं? So
समझे समझे।
if we are staying in attachment, let us say कोई लड़की से लड़ाई हो गया, then okay, divide हो गया, now you are my enemy. Most of the time after
हम्म।
breakup na, they are like enemies only. They will
राइट।
not stay like friends, because you have to create some illusion or belief inside you to stay separated from that person, right? So obviously that illusion is that I hate you. समझ रहे? So
राइट।
मतलब it looks like a small thing, but this is the thing we follow entire day actually.
हम्म।
हाँ. So instead of that, if we stay in the path of knowledge, then what will happen? That is what that regulated life and activities. It is very important. See, we are chanting every day morning. We are reading Bhagavad Gita. So whatever the situation in the life, we have to do these things so that we will be grounded in our situations. समझ रहे? So I just gave an idea. I hope you understood. Huh? Hmm.
मतलब
Main thing is,
अंडरस्टैंड तो कर लिया, बट इट इज
हाँ.
वेरी डिफिकल्ट, है ना? मतलब जैसे कि जैसे आपने बोला कि जैसे आपका कल वो झगड़ा हुआ था, ऐसा कुछ बोला ना आपने कि, और फिर आपने ये बोला कि अगर मैं गुस्सा करूंगा तो मेरा कॉन्शियसनेस जाएगा, ऐसा करके। तो ये
हम्म.
थोड़ा मतलब आप तो कर पा रहे हो, और हम तो
नहीं नहीं नहीं, it is not that me or you. It is all about how much you are committed to uh,
यार
Krishna's
कॉन्शियसनेस।
service, or
कृष्ण
how much you are committed to your teacher's command. That's
कमांड।
what it takes. That only, see, spiritual life means that only is following your teacher's order. If you are really serious for doing that, you will control your urges. If you are not so serious, then you will go on sense gratification, and whenever sense gratification is not there, then you will just try to fulfill the teacher's order. समझ रहे? It is all about how much seriously you are taking that person in your life. It
हम्म।
the key is with us only. Key is not with someone else. समझ रहे? So यही था. मतलब मैं तो लिंक बता दिया मेरा. How my teachers order I cannot follow if I become angry that moment. That's it. Right? That is the thing that stops us in the spiritual life initially. Once you get out of these things, then you will be fine. Okay? So I hope you understood. ठीक है? Thank you.